Okay, we which of the following, if true, will offer the best prospects for explaining deaths in which weakness of the present played no causal role? Which of the following would offer the best prospects for explaining deaths? Where which of the help provide for explaining that the weakness of the immune system is not weakness of the immune system is not the reason for deaths. Huh. Huh. Is not responsible for, for deaths. Let's just keep it simple. A two-year study beginning in 1977 found that among the 85-year-olds, okay, it's only 2 years I noticed, uh, those whose immune systems were weakest amongst 85-year-olds, those whose immune systems were weakest were twice as likely to die within 2 years as others in the study. Hmm. If I read that, I don't know. Isn't this too? I mean, you see the people who die now within the 85-year-olds, two groups. One, they die within 2 years. Two, they don't die within 2 years. So 3 years, 4 years. And this group one, what is so special about this group? There is a special characteristic. One, the people have have the weakest immune system, whereas in group two, people don't have a weak immune system. Okay. So they're saying that it's the immune system. So if it's the it's the weak immune system causes one people to die within 2 years. I think that's what's going on, and I think I have still to read it. They're saying it's no. So is there something that is also common another reason for why group 1 people are dying. Maybe group 1 don't go for regular walks. Maybe group 1 don't have the money to pay for basic health services. The cause for their deaths, however, were often more heart disease. Were more often heart disease. The cause of their deaths were more often heart disease, against which the immune system does not protect. So you're telling me already that it's all heart disease against which does not protect. The immune system protects against cancer infections. So now you're telling me that it's actually all heart disease. The cause of their deaths, however, was more often heart disease, against which the immune system does not protect, than cancer which are attacked by the immune system. So the immune system protects against cancer and infections. I think this is saying immune system protects against cancer, against infections, but heart disease, immune system does not protect. So and group 1 people are dying from heart disease. So aren't you telling me the explanation beforehand for the question? Because the question is asking me, how do I prove explaining deaths in which weakness of the present played no. So this is all related to, I guess, a 1977 survey. This is telling me that, prove to me that your bad immune system does not play any role. So I don't know, man. I really, isn't this already telling me the answer to the question? There are twice as many infections among. So I don't think so. Because infections kill people. But you're telling me that an immune system protects against infections. So if you have a weak immune system, you're not going to be protected against infections. So infections may kill you. Infections are common. So this, if anything, is telling me that the immune system is causing the death, because if you have a weak immune system, then you have a lot of infections. Sorry, if you have a weak immune system, you have a lot of infections. So the strong died from infections or cancer. The majority of those in the study were the strongest. And the majority of those in the study with the strongest immune system died from infections or cancer by 1987. But isn't that 10 years? Uh-huh. So yeah, yeah. Well, this tells me that having an immune system is good, but this doesn't tell me having a weak immune system is the reason for the deaths. I guess I guess you could. I mean, I'll keep this. I'll keep this. If I don't have anything better, I'll keep this. Some of the drugs that have been used to treat the system, it's weakening some of the drugs. Treat the symptoms of heart disease. So this is the symptoms of heart disease. Like maybe you have a cough, of weakening the immune system, and then they died. So you have weakened the immune system. You get symptoms. So you have heart disease. You have heart disease. One of the symptoms is cold and cough, is chest pain. So you take medicine for chest pain, and that medicine weakens your immune system. So, so you, and so you have a weakened, you have heart disease, you die within 2 years. So if anything, it says weakening of the immune system does not help with helping you recover. So this is the opposite. We want having a weakened immune system has nothing to do with the cause of death. I mean, the word played no causal role. I don't think that word specifically is being. The word no causal role, I don't know how that's being showcased in B at all. Even if you're telling me that you have a strong immune and you survive, are you really saying that having a weak immune system plays no role? I mean, isn't this the opposite? Just if you have a strong immune system, survive. Aren't you saying that if you have a weak immune system, you will probably die? I think B is actually the opposite as well too, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, they had. I think this is saying is that you could argue, you could argue you could argue that some of the drugs, so this is something. Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna cancel C actually. Some of the drugs it's just that are used for treatment. So sometimes it's yes, some it's not. So if anything, this tells me that you have a weakened immune system, you have heart disease and you die. So the weakening does not helping you recover. So this is the opposite. Most of the study who survived had recovered from a serious infection sometimes prior to 1978. That's all right. Those in the study who survived drug therapy. So isn't this so? If you have survived till 1980 now, and you are telling me they have strong immune system, isn't this proving that a weak immune system is probably the cause for why one died? I want to prove that a weak immune system is not the cause for the death of students group 1. I hope it's D. Who survived beyond had recovered from a serious infection sometime prior to 1970. I'm not sure. I don't think even D helps. I don't know what D is actually. Most of the time, most of those in the study, most have recovered from a serious infection. Okay, so So what? This doesn't tell me if they have a strong immune system starting 19. Okay, this is the most of the studies survived the 2-year period from 1977 to 1979. 1977 to 1979 had recovered from serious infection sometime prior to 1970. Sometime prior, but could have been like couldn't this be in 1975? So this doesn't tell me if they are starting from 1979 onwards specifically. Unless I'm saying if you have recovered from from oh, this is recover from a serious infection. It's talking about infection, not talking about so I'm not sure exactly. Explaining deaths in which weakness, though present, played. There were twice as many. There were twice as many infections amongst those. So the following would offer the best prospects for explaining deaths in which weakness or played no role. There were twice as many infections amongst those in the study with the weakest immune system. So they have infections and they have strong immune system, but the immune system has nothing to do with infections, and the infections are what the reason why they died. Sorry. So they have weak okay, it's A. They have a weak immune system. and they have heart disease, heart problems. So they have weak immune system, they have heart problems, and they have infections as well. So so maybe the infections kill them. Oh no. And you have a weak immune system. So the weak immune system kill them. Weak immune because infections kill them. I think if anything shows that a weak immune system killed. There were twice as many infections amongst those in the study with the weak. Yeah, so the weak immune system. No, so A is wrong. The weak immune system caused them to have infections. Yeah. The majority of the study with the strong died from it. So if you have a, aren't you saying if you have a weak, you probably will die? Yeah. So this, if anything, is showing that the strong immune system is the reason why they survive. So this is the opposite. I guess see some of the drugs that have been used to treat. Yeah, I guess it's D, C. I guess you could argue it's C. So you remember a weak immune system. Weak immune system doesn't impact heart disease. Some. So you're telling me you already have a weak immune system. I guess it's C because you have a weak immune system, but it's heart disease that's killing you. We know an immune system cannot impact the heart. So even though you have a weak immune system, I guess it's C. Compared, the others are just not anything really. I don't know. I'm not 100% though. Most of those in the study who survived had recovered from a serious infection sometime prior to 1977. So isn't this saying, well, how much prior is this? 1975? Isn't this saying that in 1975 you have a strong immune system? Now you are surviving. So the immune system did play a role. Group 1. I think it's on D. D is the opposite of what I want. So again, this is strengthening my immune system. Yeah, this is the opposite. I guess C is the only one which kind of makes sense because it's just saying that, hey, listen, I have heart disease and I've weakened it. Yeah, I think it's C. Thank you. Let's see.